Hello everyone. I don't know about you, but I'm getting sick of this transgender bathroom nonsense. The fact that we're even having this idiotic so-called conversation really demonstrates how much logic and reason and common sense have all been thrown out the window in favor of political correctness. Now, I have nothing whatsoever against transgender people. What they decide to do with their lives is none of my business. But when some of them, and people who claim to speak for them, decide to violate personal privacy and safety rights of the rest of us in the name of protecting invented rights that do not exist anywhere in the Constitution, that is where I have to draw the line. Now, don't get me wrong, as much as I may personally be opposed to this, private businesses like Target do have the right to pursue policies such as this due to personal property rights, in large part because customers like you and I have the right to decide to give them business or to not give them our business. But publicly owned buildings like schools, courthouses, and businesses that have government contracts are a bit of a different story. I have one little caveat for these businesses, and that's they can and should be held liable if customers are harmed because of, well, these companies' stupidity. In a case of taxpayer-owned establishments, I believe there should be alternate accommodations for trans people. Accommodations which are apparently being rejected by the regressive left, who supposedly cares about them so much and is so tolerant and enlightened. Now, I know most trans people don't wish anyone harm. That's not the issue here. The issue is opportunistic sexual predators who will take advantage of the situation by claiming to be transgender and there being no realistic way to possibly verify who is who. I don't like it, and I wish this weren't the case, but the fact that there are evil people in the world who, if given the opportunity, will harm others, and the fact that so many have openly denied this, really demonstrates how completely and utterly removed from reality the regressive left is. So removed from reality that they're arguing that stalls are sufficient privacy protection. I mean, nobody can supposedly see under them, right? Even though somebody can hide a camera under there, and some perverts have been caught doing that. So removed from reality, they constantly harp on this straw man argument involving this popular meme where they go, "Oh, this person was born a man," with a picture of a trans person that could easily pass for a regular woman, and vice versa for another picture saying, "Hey, this person was born a woman," when the overwhelming majority of trans people can't afford the kind of surgeries and treatments to be able to pass for that to that kind of extent. And if all trans people were able to do that, well, then it would be kind of a moot point because nobody would really be able to tell the difference. Of course, one fact that is conveniently forgotten by these ideologues that is worth mentioning is the fact that this is also being applied to changing and locker rooms, which even at their best have significantly less privacy than bathrooms. So apparently, according to them, it's okay for little girls to shower with grown men, because said grown men might be transgender. But, of course, they assure us that perverts won't take advantage. I mean, of course they won't. So, how do they explain the University of Toronto finding this out the hard way, that sickos will take advantage, when they had to suspend their transgender bathroom policy after male students were caught filming female students showering? The link to the news article is in the description of this video if you want to see it. Of course, what's most disturbing to me in this whole thing is the President of the United States issuing an executive order demanding that schools accept this or lose their federal funding. There is nothing in the Constitution which authorizes the government to do this. No law has been passed. The President has shamefully violated the constitutional separation of powers by usurping a duty of Congress, which is writing laws, by executive fiat. The more I see overreaches of power like this, the more I'm convinced that there should be a constitutional amendment abolishing executive orders completely. No matter how you may feel about this issue, giving the president this much power is dangerous and could also be used to push agendas that supporters of these particular actions may not agree with. Despite my dismay at this circus, I'll admit that there are some on my side that go too far as well. An example of this is a case involving a somewhat masculine-looking lesbian woman who was kicked out of a woman's bathroom by police for allegedly violating the North Carolina bathroom law. The video is in the description of this video. There was no reason for male police officers to go into the women's bathroom because there was no imminent danger. And this woman was not given any sort of apology despite multiple witnesses claiming that she actually is a biological woman. Now, this does not invalidate concerns I and others have, but does demonstrate that such laws as the North Carolina bathroom law must perhaps be altered a bit to reduce the likelihood of similar incidences happening in the future. I sympathize with trans people and agree that they should have the same rights as everyone else, but you don't secure the rights of one group by violating the rights of another. Freedom is not some dog-eat-dog world where one person has to get screwed over to ensure that the other is free. It's about mutual respect and compromise. I respect the fact that some people honestly feel they were born in the wrong body, but trans people and those who claim to advocate for them also need to respect the safety and privacy rights of cisgendered males and females, as well as the Constitution and the rule of law.